Hello, hello, good evening. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. It is Sunday. Hey, Miss Chrissy. Hey, Miss Crafty Market. Hey, Miss Latanya. Hey, Miss Ann. Ooh, you sewing patches today. Nice, 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 nice. Well, I have been working, and it has been a lot. Hey, Donzel. Thank you. Ooh, 4 t-shirts to do. Oh, man. So today we're going to start on the t-shirt quilt. So it's going to be quite interesting because I stabilized a lot of my the pieces. I cut them out. I measured them. I got all of that done. Um, and so based on that, I tried putting it on my wall. And so my stabilizer that I use doesn't work on my makeshift quilt wall. So because of that, we're gonna have to use my floor. But it is my quilt. I'm normally I am normally just doing it on the wall, and I'm kind of bummed because I actually use some embroidery stabilizer to stabilize the back of it. It is not sticking to the little felt wall, my little wall thing, and I even put up my other little wall. It doesn't work with that either. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, what in the world is happening? So what we're going to do today is take some of the try to put them in somewhat of a pattern. I have some really pretty ones because I had all these shirts that I really could not wear any longer. They were huge. So I cut the centers out, this one and these, and I figured out something. I wore a lot of black shirts. And so I got a little Harley shirt, Harley logos and stuff like that. So we're going to put together what we think is going to look good for this quilt. And so I'm trying some new stuff with the software that I use for streaming. So please tell me it looks like it's running. I was trying to see it, but and I'm assuming you all can hear me because I'm seeing messages fly through and you guys were responding. So um I just wanted to make sure uh I just wanted to make sure you guys could see everything and you could see the messages and all that. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Miss Ann. All right, so one of the things I did post, I may have posted this on my YouTube channel. So I drink out of one of those crickle things. I'm not sponsored by anybody, by anyway, but I decorated it. Can you see that? I have all my little funny sayings that I like to have on my t-shirts. I actually put it um on my tumbler that I use all the time. Hey, Crafty Leo, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you all for joining me on a Sunday. So this is my little see this here, Life's a Stitch. Isn't that funny? Um, so I really like this whole little thing. And but yeah, and the shirt that I have on, she's not here yet. I'm biased, always ask me what my shirt says, but I'll tell you guys about my shirt because remember, I'm using what I got today. Hey DKC Crafts, how are you? Welcome in. So guys, again, we're doing the t-shirt. Thank you, Miss Sherry, at a Crafty Market LLC. Oh, let me see if somebody can come get Honey because I don't know what she wants, but she's trying to get. Maybe she's trying to speak to you guys. I think that's what it is. Um, let me see. All right, I sent a message. Come here. You want to say hello to the people? Come on. You can say hello to everyone. Tell them happy Sunday, happy Father's Day to any of the gentlemen out there. Say hey. Say hey guys. I was trying to get up here to see what's going on up here. Now you don't want to look at the screen? All right. Yep. She wants to be live. That's what it is, Miss Chrissy. She's trying to be live too. And now she acting like I don't know these people. Who is that? Say hey, Donzel. I think something going on with her little tummy. It's making a lot of noises. Okay. Say bye, guys. Say honey out. All right. So if you haven't been to a craft show or anything, it is time to go to one. So look, the Sewing Expo, the original Sewing and Quilting Expo, is coming to Irving, Texas, and it's August 1st through the 3rd. And when I tell you, they have like a ton of classes where if it's anything in the sewing room, even clothing that you want to learn, they have make it and take it. You see the schedule? Oh my God, there's so many classes. I actually went and tried to fill out my cart with classes, guys. I'm afraid to say the price came up to like $700. I was like, delete, delete, delete. Like, wait, what? Why do I have $700 worth of classes in my cart? Absolutely not. So I'm down to just attending it for right now. We're gonna see. I'll go back and look at it later because I was looking at that price like, wait, what? No, mm-mm. No, not gonna be able to do it. So it's coming, and it comes out. So this one goes to a lot of places. It really does. I think it just left New Orleans. So it goes all over the place. There's so many different locations for it. So if you're looking for a really cool quilting, sewing, embroidery, everybody's there. All of them go there. And it's called, and you can look them up because they have all the different ones. This is the one for Texas, well, North Texas. Um, so definitely look them up. They always give away really cool prizes. So check it out. It's called the Original Sewing and Quilting Expo. And when you go to the website, it really does look just like this. So it comes up just like this. So check it out. Lots of different things to learn. And they were doing some online trainings and stuff as well too. So check it out. I think it's really, really cool. So let's go. Um, let's go look at my pieces because I think I didn't count them. I did, but I forgot how many I had. But I have tons of pieces. Um, I'm still trying to stay hydrated from yesterday because it was super hot here, but I was on my motorcycle most of the day yesterday. Um, so I'm trying to rehydrate. And if you're new here, thank you for coming in. Please hit like and subscribe. This is the first episode of our t-shirt quilt. So, Miss Linda wasn't feeling well earlier when I talked with her, so I don't think she's going to join us, but she may pop in because I did send her the link. Hey, Derica, welcome in. Hey, Miss Jennifer, welcome in. So, what I did first, I took and I had my t-shirts. I posted a video yesterday kind of showing towards the end of the video the shirts and how I cut them out. I did go rogue because like at first I was all okay, let's just do it in a square. Then I was like, I ain't got time for this. Then I started just cutting out the design that I wanted for my quilt because this will be my quilt. And the thing about this quilt for me is I'm going to put a mixture of wool and poly batting in it. I know I can't put it in the washing machine besides because that wool will shrink, but the wool gives the best pile. So I'm going to send it to the cleaners or something. We'll figure that out later. But I want it for the pile and for the weight and all of that. So I'm going to use wool in this quilt for me. Hey, Miss Linda, I don't know if I said that or not. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Happy Father's Day to any of the fathers that might be listening in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my floor camera because I put a camera on the floor today, just a few minutes ago. When I realized this stuff was not sticking to my little wall right here, I'm so hurt about that. So I got to figure something out. And I guess um, because I used my other stabilizer instead of maybe the quilting stabilizer, that could be it too. So we'll see. I'll try a piece of the other stabilizer and see if it actually does what I'm expecting it to do. So, but I'm not sure. We will definitely check that out. So what I'll do is I'm going to add this other camera to the live so that you'll have both. Um and so there we go. All right, so we have both cameras, and I'm going to move this computer to the floor as well. So we're just going to go sit on the floor, okay? That's what it's going to be today. We're going to be on the floor, but still all good because this is the first part of the quilt. So once I cut out my pieces, then I took and um, squared them and put the stabilizer on the back. This is a heat fusible stabilizer. And so with the heat fusible stabilizer, basically it just makes the t-shirt part of it not move. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention in my prep work was when you're dealing with t-shirts that you have washed, you put fabric softener in it, those kind of things, you have to make sure that the t-shirts are washed really good. So if you run into a problem with your fusible sticking to the shirt, it's probably because there's something still in it. So if you're taking shirts from someone that's bringing them to you, or if you're taking shirts from like a friend or something, make sure you tell them to wash them at least 2 or 3 times. And make sure you tell them no fabric softener. Do not put any fabric softener because what you're trying to get them to wash out of the shirt is the actual fabric softener, because that stuff can be detrimental to stabilizing the actual t-shirt. So make sure if they're washing it, tell them to wash it in a little bit of Dawn and no and maybe even put some vinegar in it. Something that's gonna get that stuff out of there. Miss Chris, do you normally ask your customers to wash their t-shirts? And if so, how many times do you have them wash it? And what are you asking them to wash it with? Is there anything specific that you tell them to wash with? Because I know that you do t-shirt quotes as well. So, all right, I'm going to move over here to the floor. I've done so many t-shirt quotes, no problem at all with wash. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So do you? Oh, so okay. So you wash them for them to make sure they got all the fabric softener out. Make sure I have my other earbuds. All right. So we're gonna move. Gonna make a move over here. All righty. Okay. Now let me grab the rest of my shirts because I have quite a few. I'm going to count them too. Oh, here's one. So let me see. Oh, what she says. I didn't have a friend that kept me up to 3 a.m. Oh, Miss Linda, did she keep you up that late? Oh my goodness. As long as as you fuse them right, they are fine. No, I didn't wash them. Okay. Well, I was just wondering because I know I had seen where some people were having problems with the fusible, actually, with that fusible, with the fusible staying on the back because of stuff like the, what's it called? Like the fabric softener. So, yes. All right. So, guys, welcome to my floor. In my craft space, we're going to be putting um, these together, and these are my squares for my shirts, and I have a ton of black. Like, I didn't realize how much black I had, so I'm going to start with the largest one. This is the one I think I want somewhere in the center, but I do have a lot of black. Um, And so none of these are the same size. So what I will be doing is trying to go rows and blocks and all of that. Oh, most people that want t-shirt quilts are making them from shirts that have been worn and washed a gazillion times. I understand that's how these are as well. So yes, definitely. I think I want my Harley shirts in the corners. So they're going to be the anchors of my quilt, or my Harley shirts are going to be the anchors because I think I have 4 of them, maybe. If not, I'll find another one because I'm quite sure I had some extra. I had a lot of them I didn't do. So, and some of my Harley shirts, um, yep. So I have enough. All right, I think. All right. So what's everybody working on? Thank you all for coming to the live today. What I'm in the process of doing right now is trying to lay out how I would like to have um, these t-shirts designed inside of the quilt. So this is episode 1. So I figured today we would do this, and in the next live we would go through possibly stitching them if I haven't done it already and just recorded to send to put it up, and then we talked through what actually happened via my via the next episode. So I have a lot. I can show you guys these shirts too. Ooh, you rearranging your bedroom, honey. Look, I tried cleaning mine this morning. Again, hence the word tried. So it's okay right now. But I have this shirt. I have this shirt, little green. Uh-oh, Miss Linda, you were sublimating. I have my HBCU Genius. Oh, you guys know what? This is one of the first shirts I made myself right here for embroidery. It's one of my first embroidered shirts. Doesn't that embroidery still look really good? And I made this on a 1 needle. It was on my little single needle that I still have to this day and love it. So it looks like I'm going to have a few spaces. Now, it's so funny. When you're cutting this stuff up, you think you have so much stuff, but evidently I feel like I'm running a little short here, but I think I'm gonna fix it with I'm gonna have a couple of spaces, but we're gonna fill those spaces in. Best believe I am, because I'm quite sure I have a few shirts I didn't cut And I have them set off to the side so that way I can cut them. So I think I'm going to put this bling up at the top. Move this green down here somewhere to break up some of this black. I think it will be, I really think it's going to be super cute, to tell you the truth, if I have to be a little biased. Let's see. Oh, well, nope. The cool thing is I got so much black. Like, I have a lot of black. And this is like a puzzle. So if you like puzzles, this, what would we call it? Kind of like an um, it's almost as if it is this could be a throw. So I think we're going to go for a throw size. Now, there are spaces. Now, what we could do with the spaces, there's a lot of things we could do with the spaces. So we could add, like measure the space, see how big it is. I could sublimate a design to go into the spaces. Um, I could actually find, which I do have, some other shirts that I could actually cut, stabilize those, and add to this as well. So there are a lot of things that could happen with this, which would make it super cute and continue. And so it would make it a little bit bigger even because 1, 2, 3, we almost have 4 rows here. All right, what Miss Linda say? Miss Jennifer, sorry, like solid material or other teas. Mm. Oh, with the gaps in. So, you can use solid materials. It's up to you. So it's up to you or your customer how you want to do it because you're right. You could use solids. Now, one of the other things that is suggested is that you keep parts of the shirts. So like the back of the shirt, say for instance, if I kept, because I don't think I kept a couple pieces. I didn't keep everything because that was like, it can go because I have all this material in here. I know me, I'll be added some pretty materials, have something in here, but you can actually use parts of the shirts that you cut to fill in. A lot of people will use a grid and they will take that grid, measure the actual design inside of the shirt. So they would measure this part here to see before they cut it to see where on a piece of paper it would fit. So depending on the size of the quilt that they were trying to make, they put this image inside of the quilt, or not the image. They would draw a square box of the size of this particular image that's on the shirt, lay all of that stuff out, and kind of like do it like a puzzle, if you will. Number each one, the size of it, and then lay it out. Now, what I'm planning to do is I think I'm going to get some material because I do have some really cool pieces of material that actually have patterns or words or things that I like on them. And I'll fill in those spaces with this because technically, if this is going to be like right here, then I know sewing these two together. And then you can also add binding. You can also add some smaller strips into here to make it look like so there's a lot of stuff that you could actually do where the quilt could look very unique. So you could even add a small spacer strip in between them to fill it in. So like right here, for example, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a gap right here. Now that camera's too far back, but there's a gap right here. Let's see. Maybe I can do this one. Let's do this. There's a gap right here. And what I could do is add a little strip to attach to this piece that will connect right here and right there. And then that little strip, that could be just a white piece, anything. I could even sign it, like something I wrote on. It doesn't really matter. You can add whatever you like inside of it. So I think when you have t-shirts of different sizes, that's when it becomes a little bit more unique for setting up. But it gives you some creative get a little creative liberties there too when you're working on something of this nature. So like technically I could bring this down here, right there, and have this all matched up together. And then when you start sewing it, you just need to know which direction you're going, which is why I really love my little wall, because with the wall, I just go grab it from the wall and sew it together. And then I put it back on the wall. So that way, I know exactly what I got off the wall, where it came from, and all of that. So it doesn't look too bad. So let's see. Now this piece here is not exactly square. So what I'm going to do is add some little strips to it to make it square. So that way it is a little better position. And I've been trying to decide if I wanted to add a pop of color for for like almost like a border around them. But I will be adding more stuff because of the fact that I do need a few more I need a few more pieces to fill in the gap. Try moving 15 up to the top row. Put the pink, aka where the 15 is. Oh, okay. This one up here. See, it's like a puzzle. A cool puzzle, but a puzzle nonetheless. Okay, so move the 15 up and then move the pink, this one up here. Yep, that's not bad. I can just add a little strip over there. But see, guys, this is the biggest part. And so once I have all my rows laid out, then I can actually start. Thank you, Denzel. I can actually start. Thank you, Miss Chris. I can actually start to sew and put it together, because technically for me, I just want a pretty throw that I could put across the sofa. And then when watching TV or something like that, I can grab it. But yes, it's not bad at all. I really thought. Let me see. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 4, 13. I thought I had more pieces. I thought I had like 19 or 20. Hmm. I don't know what happened to them, but it's all good. It is all good. Let's see. Question: why wouldn't you take the biggest design and cut the rest? You could do that. You really could do that, and then the way that becomes, you really could do that. It just depends on how you want it. So now it could be something where I could actually, because these are organizations that I'm a part of, one of the things I thought about was sublimating some polyester material or some t-shirt material and putting some photos of me within these organizations. Like I can put pictures of different trips I took to like Mount Rushmore and to Cali and to Key West, like put those trips like I did on my motorcycle, put them inside the quilt, and stuff that I did with my sorority, put that inside the quilt. We went to Montreal, we did all these other things. We do a lot of community service. So when I was president of a couple chapters, like of a chapter. So like stuff like that, I could put inside the quilt with photos of me and like my friends and things like that, to make it a little bit more personable for me. But to your question, Miss Jennifer, technically you could, but that becomes, it depends on the real estate of the shirt. And so sometimes people do look at like, what is the largest size I have? And that'll be the size squares that I make for all of them. People do that too, because you can also make like, you could do embroidery on something. I mean, there's so many things we can add in these little gaps. And so I'm gonna come up with a couple of unique things that I want to add into the gaps. And then that'll be some stuff that we could actually talk through for the sew. Because when I get ready to sew all this together, there will be some things. And now, one thing that I like to do is I like to take a photo of how I have it laid out, because I'll come back to it and be like, well, I guess I could change this to this, and I could do something else. So you kind of look at it like, okay, what can I really do? And go back to, you may go back to a change or something like that. Um, yep, yep. I would make it more personal, yes. Hey, Precious Pieces, how you doing? Um, yeah, so I definitely am thinking about adding some more stuff. What do you think about this? So it's gonna be a quilt. Um, but so yeah, so I think it's gonna make it more personable, and it's for me. So I'm doing this. Will be my first T-shirt quilt, and it's for me. So in case I mess it up, I mean, but you guys are here with me, so we won't be messing it up. So it'll be cute. It's gonna be nice and cute. What you guys think? We have a start. I think we have a start. So I wanted to be accountable and say I stuck to it. I have not purchased anything this week. Anything. Nope. Not gonna do it. So one of my goals for this month is to use what I got. That's what I've been doing. Using what I got. So I'm not purchasing anything. I think this is cool. So the next thing I was supposed to be doing, remember this from my live the other night? It is on the long arm. It is ready to be quilted. So, yes, so I am that after we do this, and um, I will be quilting on here. I haven't picked a design yet for it, but yep, I will be quilting that, making that quilt that's on there. Hey, y'all, bias, welcome in. Ah, look, they're all in withdrawal. They're all in withdrawal and in the safe. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope. Oh, but I go on hiatus like that quite a bit, a couple times a year. But right now, it's time to. I have a lot of making stuff to do to get ready for the show that I have next month. So um I have a show next month that I'll be doing, and so I have to prepare for that. So there's a lot, all of the work, well, with the exception of the orders. Well, I'm going to do my orders and then get this other stuff, try to mix that in. So I'll be mixing in both. So this is my potential or future layout, but I reserve the right to modify this at any time. But I like it. I got my anchors for my Harley stuff, and then the other one's in the middle. I wish I had a different color Harley one, then I could put a Harley in the middle somewhere. Um, but I'm using them as my anchors I think I may have a gray one. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have a gray one. And if I do, then I may add that in here because that could fill in like this space over here that's missing. But yeah, and then it's gonna be a cool quilt. It's got bling, it's got pearls. And you know what? These are no, that's bling. So bling, pearls. We got some chenille bling up there too. We got some vinyl. Got all the things in this quilt. I don't know how this vinyl's gonna do when that doggone quilter starts puncturing into that. That might not. I don't know. That might not take it too well. We'll see. And then I have to figure out what I want to use. If you're happy with the placement so far, number them on the back corner of each. Actually, I had my little notepad where I was gonna number them. You're right. So I did have that but that is a good idea. You can put it on the back here. I have my little pins up there where I can write the numbers. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. Because I was just gonna put a sticky note on top of them. So you can quilt on top of the bling. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. I'm biased. Might break a needle. I hope not. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I probably because I'm my plan is to freehand this one. So it's gonna be all me. Like I'm gonna be and did everything. I pack them, put them together, and then the sticky notes fall. Oh, you know what? I had my little clips on them. Okay. But that's a good idea to put it on the back because you do see it could be on the back of the stabilizer. Great idea. Thank you. Um, and so yes. Now, Miss Chris, do you number them by the row? Because like I would go one like up top. I would just do this top row, then I would do the second row, and then I would be like 1 1 1 2 because or 1 -2 because that's row one, column one, row one, column two, row one, column three, row one, column four. So how do you number yours? Hey, Crafty Leo. So guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the floor. We are on the floor today putting together a t-shirt quilt. Episode 1 of the t-shirt quilt series. And next week we'll be back because I will have the gaps filled in and I will have we'll be ready to stitch it up. We'll be ready to stitch it up. Yes, we will be ready to stitch it up. Now, we're going to add the numbers on the back. Miss Chris, did you say how you number yours? Do you put the row and the column or just the row? Okay. Okay. Cool. That's what I thought. That's what I was planning to do. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, anybody else working on anything? Derica, how your room coming? You getting it clean over there? I am going to now I can put the numbers on here, but after that I have to find a design for this quilt on the long arm, and so then I'll be quilting that. I have a pretty purple grunge on the back. It is really, really nice. And so I think that's going to be beautiful once it's done. And then the other one, I think I already bagged it and took it downstairs. I did. So the little baby quilt that I was working on live the other night is so cute. And I added like a little hanging loop for it. So cute. I did like it was really, my binding was interesting, but I liked it. I was like, okay, we're gonna do non-traditional. But then I was able to put my other quilting machine off the floor because like I found a little table. This is what happens when you clean up your sewing room. You find tables and stuff. So I found a table and now I have my brother quilting machine next to my Juki. So now I can actually put the design stitches, the different stitchings. I can put those in the little baby quilts because that's what I like to do. And I like to do that too for this. I have this whole pile of the quilts I made for the shelter, for the dog shelter, animal shelter, that I'm gonna take to my quilt guild. I think our meeting's next week. And so I have that. Oh, I saw that video, but need to watch it. The baby one, yes. Yeah, so that was self bind. So I did a self binding one too. That came out really cute. It was with some foxes. It was like a little fox, some foxes on there. Um, is it fox or fox? Yeah, deer. Okay, there's no S on deers. Okay. Um, I wish I could find a good rotary cutter. I haven't seen it yet. And I have cleaned it 4 times. So do you probably just need a titanium blade, or are you looking for something that maybe, so hold on. Let's go. Let's go to Shon's world up here. Because I have all the notions. So let's do a notions check for you unbiased. Let me show you some rotaries because I have all of them. A lot of them anyway. Let's see. See, look. Hey, there's a space I can step in. Okay. So let me show you. We are on my cutting desk. And I have several. So I have the ergonomic one. Hold on, let me just move my little turner thingy. Bring it here. See? Can spin it around. So there's this one here. Oh, I lost it. Oh no. You wish you could find it. Okay. Darn, man. What in the world? I don't know. You got to put a bell on it. But I got different rotary cutters. This one's ergonomic. You cut like that. Then, this one's by Martelli. It's Martelli Ergonomics. And then this one's LDH. It's 45, but they also have the 60, which I like. This thing rolls right through it. Then I have the Creative Grid one, which I used in one of my videos. I like this thing. It's weighted. It's nice. It feels good in the hand. So Creative Grid. I don't like the color. I'm not a red girl, but it's okay. So Creative Grid. And I think that's all. That's enough though. That's enough. But I use this one if I'm getting tired, but I really do like it. So the difference is the amount of material you cut through with those. That's it for me. Like to get something to hold your ruler while you're cutting the material. So, there's a couple of things that you can get. I think the biggest thing with cutting your material and the ruler, I saw somebody use a bag of beans. They like put something on it, like something weighted, maybe even like a brick or something. But there are some that actually have the stuff that's supposed to not make it slide, but we all know that moves because our hands are way heavier. Oh, happy Sunday, Miss Latasha. Welcome in. So, I mean, there's several things. What I've learned to do though is kind of move my hand so the pressure So as I'm cutting my hand, I'm moving it. The suction grip bathroom handle. So I have that too, but that thing for me, it moves. So I ended up having to, what I do is as I'm cutting, so let me show you. So if I'm cutting something, let me grab something to really cut. Let's use some of this because I'm gonna make me a little something out of this. I don't know what. We'll find it. So if I'm cutting something, what I'm doing is I'm putting pressure with one hand and I am cutting with the other. But my pressure, the pressure that I'm pressing here is holding here. Now, if this was longer, I would be literally moving my hand as I'm cutting. So what I'm doing is walking my fingers and holding it. But to Bias's point, uh-oh, that the suction cup thing, I don't know, me and Nick kind of had a fight. We didn't like each other after it was over. She's talking about this thing here. See, and so you press it down and you hold it like a handle, like so. And it basically is you at this point still. You're holding it down and cutting. So same deal, but you're holding it and cutting. I do. But oh, the longer cuts. Got you. So yeah, like right now, I have my mat is 36 by 24 that's on this table that I'm on. And so I completely get that. And so what I do is and most of the time I use this ruler. Sometimes I use my stripology ruler, but the way that I cut the longer things is I put it in the middle of the mat so that it's not falling off, and then I move it. Can you move that? You can't move more. You can't move that either. So it can still move. Yes, that's true. And so one of the things, like I'm biased to saying, so like I literally, you have to hold it. So I just cut something long. I'm trying to see if I have something else that I'm gonna have to cut here in a bit. Probably not. Oh, you know what? Because I know what you're talking about. So what I do is I line it up. When I'm looking at my grid, Miss Jennifer, I actually line up the edge with something on this grid. I find something here as my point to look at that I'm going to use when I'm doing the long thing. And then I take that and I cut all the way to the end. Then I slide up my fabric back to this starting point, put my ruler down. I use the same starting point and make sure it is at the same line and make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And then I slide it forward. What's it say? The point of the bathroom handle is to keep your hand off the ruler. Those of us who slip, yeah, jump the ruler and cut our fingers. Yes, that's true. It is a safety mechanism. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yes, it is so important um to make sure that as you're cutting, you have a focal point. Um, and a lot of times, I cut like you do, hold with one hand, but I have been a little nervous about cutting. Yeah, so I would get something like this thing because if that's what you're nervous about, it does get your hand out of the way. It does get your hand out of the way. Knock on something, wood or whatever. I've not cut my hand Um, but yeah, I've not cut my hand. So I'm biased. The actually all of my blades are pretty doggone good. They cut through some thick stuff. Like that 6 millimeter. I'm trying to remember. I mean the 60 inch one. I remember when they were showing me this thing. This thing cut through like a whole stack of stuff. It's like, okay, I like it. Let's try it. So, guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't joined the channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell for notifications because part of my goals is to make sure that I am, yes, ma'am, I can put the link for them. Um, and let me tell you, so I use uh, LDH. I also use their snips. Let me tell you, I think these are the best snips. Yes, the titanium blades are the best. And so I use these snips and it goes on your finger like a ring. So when you're cutting, it's literally, I mean, the motion is like nothing. And these are by LDH and it's a female owned company. And so they are super nice. I like them. I have LDH for my snips, and these big black scissors you see me using are also LDH as well. So I absolutely love these are the 10 inch ones. What can use pop sockets? Oh, you can use pop sockets on the smaller rulers. True. Okay. They aren't removable though. That's true. Okay, I never thought about pop sockets, but that's a good idea. Um, Fisker cutter. Yeah, I mean Fisker is a really good brand. Um, yep, you have to change the blade. But you know what I bought? I actually bought me the thing to sharpen my blades. But I reuse my blades and put them in this little cutter when I'm done. This is like the chain stitch cutter. And so I put them in here whenever I'm done with them. But yeah, so LDL, that's it. LDH is the company for this, and I'll add the link down below after the live for LDH. Let's see. Any other questions? What's on everybody's agenda for this week? Any major happenings? I'm trying to remember if there was anybody going to a retreat? I did change the titanium needles in my machine too, Miss Chris. They roll. In my multi-needle, in my embroidery machines, I have titanium. I need to get me some titanium needles for the Juki and the brother, my sewing machines. I need to get me some for that too. But yes, they are the bomb. I'm gonna call my organ dealer and have him send me some because I have not gotten some after. Oh, I can't buy anything yet. So maybe later. Ooh, Walker pouches. Okay. That sounds nice for the craft fair. That sounds really nice. I'm trying to figure out what I'm having for my stuff. I know I'm having a lot of embroidery items. I'm also going to have some things for like early gifts type things. And then I'm taking my small laser so that I can do some stuff on I'm going to do some stuff on site. Like I should be able to do tumblers on site and customize those for people to get them because it doesn't take long for the tumbler to engrave. Now, the thing that kind of gets me is the fact that I'm gonna have to take me a bottle of Awesome and a little bottle of spray water so I can clean it. So I don't give anybody anything with dust on it. So, because once you engrave, it's a little dusty, and you gotta wipe off the engraved stuff. So I think it'd be awesome in bottled water, but I do have to prepare for it. I think it is like a fanny pack. Is that true, Miss Jennifer? Is it like a fanny pack? Miss Linda says she's gonna switch to titanium needles as well. Okay, that's awesome. I am excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a golden a golden thing going on. I got my little, I'm gonna call this a mini throw because I don't think it's truly a quilt, but I think it's gonna be a cute little throw though, because I'm gonna add me some pieces in here, and my border is probably gonna be, I don't know, I have the AccuQuilt, so I'm probably gonna cut out me some 5-inch borders. hmm That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And yeah, yep, it's gonna be a nice little lap quilt. Excuse me, nice little lap quilt. It attaches to a walker so people can carry stuff and keep their hands. Oh, a walker like, okay, a walker like you're trying to, someone's trying to walk around. Okay. Thank you, Miss Jennifer. That's nice. That is really nice. And so I'm assuming it's either button or velcro so they don't have to do too much to get it to attach to their walker. That's really nice. That sounds like the yeah, I like that. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's really nice. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me this Sunday to start looking on the floor with me at my quilt that I cut out for my t-shirt quilt. Super excited about that. Next Sunday, we will take a look at the things that I found to fill in the spaces. And before I pick this up, I'm actually going to measure some of these spaces so I'll know exactly what I need in there. And then I'm also going to find something to go in the spot that's missing right here. There's like a big old space missing right there. I have another shirt I can put in there. Um, and then we will look at what the border may look like. I'm thinking it's going to be black since everything else in here is black. Maybe a little pink to give it a little color, maybe. Or white. White actually might look really good too. So, or silver. Like, I mean, there's options. The one good thing about when you do a t-shirt quilt and you start using logos and all these other things is you have options. It's just a matter of what are you going to pick. So, I think we have ourselves a potential t-shirt quilt in the making right here, and I like it. I do like it. All right, any other questions? If you haven't been here before, thank you for coming. If you have, thank you for coming back. Appreciate you so much. And I mean, I'm looking forward to finishing this with you guys. So episode 2, we're gonna go back, we're gonna go through and fill in the spaces and start stitching. Cause it's, we don't need to be spending a whole lot of time on this. It's just for me. So we can start stitching it out, get it ready to rock and roll. So I may pop back on in a little while. I know there's some other folks that are gonna go live tonight, but as you see back here behind me, where is it? Back here behind me on the lovely long arm, there's a quilt. And I will be quilting it tonight. So that is a thing that's going to happen tonight after I get me a little dinner. But I really appreciate you all for popping in, spending some time with me on Sunday evening, looking at my t-shirt quilt in the making here. And next week we will fill in the spaces. You guys get to see what I fill it in with and start stitching. So again, thank you for joining. Please, on your way out the room, hit the like button if you haven't already. And hey, I'm biased. I was telling them about my shirt, like you asked me the last time. This one says, hold on, let me take this off. This one says, I'm a quiltaholic on the road to recovery. And then at the bottom it says, just kidding. I'm on my way to buy more fabric. So that's today's shirt. We'll see what next week is like. But thank you all. Miss Latasha, have you started looking at your shirts yet? I know you were going to do you a t-shirt quilt too. Thank you all. I appreciate that. I think it's going to look nice too. So, yes, everybody have a great week and we will see you soon. So, if you can't sew it, thread it. Just go thread the needle. I will talk with you all later. What she said, I had that saying on my last video. Which one? What did I just say? You know, I be saying stuff. I just be talking. I haven't. I need to watch them and cut them out. Okay. All right, Miss Latasha. Accountability partner here. I'll check in on you. Make sure you get them. Look, go ahead. Start one day. Look, while you watching TV, you can just cut a square around the image. Cut a wide square. Then you can come back and shape them up. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, my shirt coat. Yes, yes. On the back of it, I think it says I think it says sewaholic on the back. So yes, yes. All right. Well, everybody have a great week. And again, thank you for joining. Please hit the thumbs up button on the outside. If you are watching this on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. We'll be back next Sunday with more to come on the big space that's missing and the little spaces that we're going to fill in something with. I may even embroider something to put in there because I know that's going to look good too. So, all right, guys, I will talk with you later. Have a great week and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the guys.